as humans, especially now, especially running businesses, right? Like, and raising kids, like, we're stressed. There's no doubt about it. We're stressed. And sometimes people think that in order to overcompensate for that stress or to make them feel better, they're turning towards caffeine or other things. But right, we're talking about caffeine for now. And that only, it stimulates more stress. Right? So you're kind of like, you're trying to solve for stress and it's actually amplifying the stressors. So how does that work?
Yeah, quite literally, it is creating more stress in your body. So coffee, part of what is happening when you drink coffee is there's a few different factors, but it's causing a release of cortisol and adrenaline in your system. My ex-husband used to joke that it's essentially starting the day with the neurochemical equivalent of fear and stress.
Which you're trying to solve for the opposite, right?
Which you're trying to solve for the opposite.
Kind of amazing.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying that that's inherently bad. It's a question of how and when we use this. As one example, I slept very little last night and I had coffee before this because I really wanted to be awake and alert, but I do that pretty infrequently, and so like I know that that's a tool that I can use. I know the side effects. I know my own relationship to it. And that's what I want to encourage people to be more thoughtful about is, just like, how are you energizing yourself? What is your relationship to your energy? What is your relationship to your own resources? And I was using the example of we are our own innate natural resources. We're doing the same thing to our bodies that we're doing to the planet, which is just like extracting more and more and more and not actually replenishing and nourishing. And so when you kickstart your day by like essentially punching your adrenals and being like, get up, it's time to go. Like, it's sort of like somebody comes in and is like, all right, get up, it's time, here we go. Like that's what you're doing to your body. And that effect is going to be different for different people. For some people and some body types, that is a little bit more essential. But I would say there are way more people using it that way then it's actually a healthy choice for. And what you want is to, be kind of like gently waking yourself up. Just like think if you were like waking up your children or something. You don't want to go in there and scream at them. You want to like caress their head and say good morning, sunshine, I love you. And like you want to do that to your own body too.
Yeah.
And so the kickstart of the cortisol and adrenaline has a whole cascade of effects on your circadian rhythm, on your cortisol levels, on how your body is producing its own natural cortisol cycle. And on top of that, the reason that we feel alert with coffee is it's a trick. It's literally a trick on your body. What happens is your body, the neurochemical that makes you feel sleepy is called adenosine. And adenosine, the caffeine comes in and blocks the adenosine receptors so that the adenosine is not actually making it to the adenosine receptors and saying, oh, I'm sleepy. I need rest. I'm tired. And so instead we're like, oh, not sleepy. Everything's fine. And you just keep doing that when your body's smart. So it keeps on sprouting more adenosine receptors. It's like, wait a second. No, we're actually tired. We actually need more rest. We actually need more sleep because modern life is absolutely insane and we're all like living in an inhumane context.
That reminds me when you're feeling really sad, but you're trying to be like, everything's fine, it's fine, I'm happy, but you're like slowly dying inside. And then you months later or years later, you have like a mental breakdown. So like,
yeah. Or somebody moves you wrong way and you cry. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, sorry, go on.
So, and that's one of the reasons why the dependency happens and why you often find that the more coffee you drink, like you start to need more to be able to feel it. You're not actually feeling the high in the same way because your body's like, wait, more adenosine receptors, more adenosine. And so you need more caffeine to fill those adenosine receptors. And so, there's a massive physical dependency that happens there. But then there's also, very much the addictive emotional dependency and like the way that we have sold our own incarnation units, a friend of mine used to call them, for productivity. And like that, coffee becomes in service to the way that we've commodified our sense of self and commodified our sense of time and the energy and the time and the way that we spend it.